So I'm halfway through my long run and it's going to be 3 hours this morning. So I'm at an hour and a half, around 15 Ks. And what most people make the mistake of doing when doing like a keto diet, endurance training, going for long runs or rides, is not taking enough carbs. So I got a gel, it's got 25 grams of like pure sugar. And when you're exercising, you've contractually mediated glucose transporters in your muscle cells. Essentially what that means is the sugar you have during exercise will just be sucked straight into the muscle. It won't influence ketosis, it won't influence insulin, it'll just be utilized to help the muscle exercise. And what they can do during like a long run or ride, swim, whatever, it can help you perform optimally throughout that exercise. It also stops you from really depleting yourself, so that, you know, recovery may take longer. You may incur more muscle damage than's necessary due to a lack of form and just being totally shot. And it's not gonna, like, taking some carbs isn't gonna influence your fat metabolism, especially if you're in ketosis and you're not gonna eat any carbs after your exercise. You're still gonna be forcing that fat adaptation, forcing that fat burning, forcing that beta oxidation, generating ketones. And I'll measure my ketones at the end of this just to show like how much carbs you can have during an exercise and still be in ketosis. So I have one now at an hour and a half, and then I have another gel, another 25 grams at 2.5 hours. I'll finish off the 3 hours, and then once I'm at home, I'll take a ketone. So I cut my run a bit short because my legs were they were feeling pretty trashed, and like I was just looking at my heart rate, keeping it in zone 2, and I ran a lot faster than I thought I was when I checked. Like I was on, well, I averaged 5 minute Ks for 2 hours 39, so that was like 31.5 Ks. So that was, yeah, a lot better than I expected. And because like I was finished just after 2.5 hours, I just had a gel at 2 hours 10 minutes. And so now, like, literally just finished, so I'm going to check my ketones now. And what I'll also do, because I remember this time, is I can check my blood sugar, see how that goes. So about 30 minutes since I had my last gel. So I had 2 gels, about 50 grams of carbs, like pure sugar, across the run. So there's just a little capillary tube there that draws the blood up, and then depending on the concentration of the ketones, it triggers a electrical signal. So 0.4, not quite 0.5, but not like super low either. And I'd imagine generally what happens is in like an hour, half an hour, hour or so, depends if I eat, that shoots up, just because there's an increased production and decreased utilization. At the moment there's quite a high utilization, having, you know, just exercise, having active muscles. So now we'll see how my blood glucose is, or blood sugar. But I mean, what's important is, like, it didn't, you know, my ketones aren't at 0. I haven't completely knocked myself out of ketosis, and that's with 50 grams. So quite a high blood sugar, like what I would consider quite high, 7.1. Normally, you know, you're looking at 4 to 6 exercising. So there's yeah, there's enough there going on. So maybe I didn't need that extra gel, but that's pretty much it for this run. Like, you know, I've done 31 Ks, I got solid blood sugar, I've taken 50 grams of carbs across the thing. That's like more than like about what I eat in an entire day. Ketones are still there, blood sugar's good, performance is good. It just goes to show you can have carbs and ketones and perform endurance exercise. So until next time, go. Okay, wait. So I tested about 20 minutes after my last test, like immediately finishing my run that I filmed before. I had a shower and stuff, and so I'm at 0.7. So you can see that supply and demand issue coming in there, where I needed the ketones for utilization straight after exercise. Now, you know, relaxed, don't really need them, but their production's still there, so there's an accumulation at 0.7. All right, now until next time, happy training everyone.